Good morning, Wildcats. Today is Tuesday, October 11th. We hope we find you all in a good state of affairs. I'm Juan Rodriguez, and welcome to WCTZ News. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Starting off with clubs, NJHS will have an informational meeting in Mr. Rahab's portable on October 13th. All members are encouraged to attend as important information will be provided. Moving on to sports, volleyball senior night has been moved to this Friday. The game is from 6 to 8:30 and is against Satellite. Tryouts for girls soccer are today and tomorrow after school. Any girl interested in participating is required to attend. And here's Nick Stelter with coverage on Hurricane Matthew.
Hurricane Matthew was predicted to directly impact the Space Coast early Friday morning. With winds upwards of 140 miles per hour, the entire county of Brevard would suffer terrible damage. Despite this, many still tried to find hope in light of the disaster. Many residents painted on their hurricane shutters short quips or messages of hope to keep the residents of Brevard smiling. Some were clever and some were sarcastic, but it was all done out of a love for everything they had come to know. And if you happen to be driving Thursday night, the tension was seemingly inescapable. Senior Jenna Bratman, a resident of Melbourne Beach, shares her thoughts in the hours before the storm.
I was really worried when I first heard about the hurricane because, especially living beachside, I thought that I was never going to see certain places again. And I was really grateful that the storm didn't end up hitting us the way that it was supposed to be from the projections. And it just makes you feel really grateful for your town and all the things that you have. And I know a lot of people, when they evacuated, they thought that was going to be the last time that they saw their house, or, they thought it was going to get really messed up. And it just makes you feel really appreciative for all the things that you had. And we got very lucky that the storm wasn't as bad as it was said in the news.
As all of Brevard braced for what would be the strongest storm ever to hit the Space Coast, a miracle happened. The storm's path shifted by nearly 30 miles. The Space Coast would no longer directly be hit. The damage done by Hurricane Matthew would have been far greater than what the small beach towns could have endured. Despite this, the winds were still extremely powerful, knocking down power lines and store signs, and even completely uprooting massive trees. And it was at this time that the residents realized how fortunate they were. If the storm had impacted us directly, there's no telling what would have happened to cities like Cocoa, Melbourne, or the Indian Atlantic. Still, people came together and realized just how much their hometowns mean to them. And perhaps that's the bright side of this disaster.
And now we will ask you to take a moment to reflect on the events of this weekend. Here in Brevard, we were very fortunate to have avoided a direct hit from such a powerful storm. However, we will remind you, there are places that are not as nearly as lucky as us. Places like the Caribbean, Northern Florida, and the Carolinas were hit much harder than we were. We ask you to keep these people in your thoughts, and if at all possible, help in any way you can. With that being said, this has been Juan Rodriguez, and have a great day, Wildcats.